And the IATF has finally allowed leisure travel in and out of the NCR Plus bubble, despite the extension of the restricted GCQ status. To give us his insights, we have Professor Guido David of the OCTA Research Group now joining us over the phone. Good afternoon, sir. First off, is this a good idea considering the rise of cases in some provinces outside of the NCR Plus bubble?
Hi, good afternoon. This is, of course, concerning because even in the NCR, the cases are actually starting to increase slightly. The increase is not significant, but we have to, we're monitoring the trend closely because we don't know yet what's going to happen, if it's going to increase or if it's just a fluctuation and it will start decreasing again. But it's definitely a slight concern at the least. And it's not just in the NCR, but we're also seeing increases in parts of Calabarzon and Bulacan and also Pampanga. And then we're also seeing increase in cases in the provinces in Davao City, in Cagayan de Oro, and Cagayan and Isabela. So, allowing leisure travel, I mean, we understand where they're coming from, but I haven't read the guidelines. At least they should have some measure to help prevent the transmission of virus to the provinces.
All right. One such measure that the tourism department has put in place is that they said that travel will only be allowed from point to point. However, point to point means you will be allowed to make stopovers for food or to relieve yourself to use the restroom. How effective could this be in mitigating the spillover of cases from within the NCR Plus bubble?
Well, if they require tests like PCR tests or antigen tests, that should help. But of course, this is leisure travel, so quarantine would be out of the question most likely because it doesn't make sense, you know, if you want to have a vacation somewhere and then you have to undergo a 14-day or even at the minimum 7-day quarantine in each direction, and that would take a lot of time. So, you know, we haven't really thought about that. What the point-to-point travel would you know, what kind of risk it would bring with it. We'll have to look at it, but definitely, well, we understand that they've looked at this and they've studied the, you know, possible effects of these, the risks, and we hope that, you know, it will work out, but we'll see.
All right, so doing a quick check on hotspots and whatnot, based on the OCTA Group's data, which areas are still areas of concern and how serious is the COVID-19 situation in these provinces?
Yeah, Davao City is definitely an area of concern. It's right now the #1 LGU in terms of cases. It's #2 after Quezon City. Cagayan de Oro is still an area of concern, and same thing in the north. In the provinces of Cagayan and Isabela, specifically in Tuguegarao, Cagayan. And then also we have Cagayan de Oro and General Santos in the south, also Butuan. So there are several emerging areas of concern, and that also includes Iloilo, where the hospital utilization is getting to be very high. So some areas of concern have high hospital utilization. Some areas of concern, like Davao City, they still have a very manageable hospital utilization, but the rate of increase is significant. We're concerned that the virus that's spreading in these areas of concern right now would most likely be one of the variants because our understanding is that the variants have already outcompeted most of the original virus. So that is definitely concerning. And the rapid increases that we're seeing in many of these areas of concern would seem to indicate that it's driven by the variants.
Driven by variants. All right, this leads me to this next question. We do have new quarantine classifications in place, like we said, and alongside that, Guido, we also have new COVID variants in play. Can we or should we expect another surge in cases? What are you guys looking at and what are you guys expecting?
Well, what we know so far is that the Indian variant was not able to spread yet in the country, and that's good. But we still have, predominantly the UK and South African variants in community transmission. So, the government, I believe, was very cautious in retaining the GCQ with heightened restrictions. So even though we recommended easing from restrictions.
All right, one last question. Our numbers have gone up a little bit this week and late last week. Guido, should we be alarmed? How are the numbers looking to you guys at the moment within the NCR Plus bubble?
Well, it's slightly concerning, but we'll still have to wait and see. If it continues to go up by next week, it'll definitely be alarming, and we'll let you know. But right now, it's too early to tell if it's going to be a concern with these numbers.
All right, looking forward to you letting us know next week. Thank you so much, as usual, for all the insights, and we appreciate the time. Professor Guido David of the OCTA Research Group.